I have so many new books and I cannot wait to share them with all of you. Let's get into it. Hola mi gente, MsMalcolmHughes here. Welcome back. Today we are discussing some of the newest books in my collection. If you see this broken nail, just ignore it. These are my actual nails, so I'm like having a hard time letting go of the fact that I just broke this one and I have to cut others. But books, we're here for books. So I have a number of books, a number of complete series. When I get into it and I start reading for the series, I'm only going to read the first book because I don't want to upset myself by revealing any spoilers with the other descriptions and summaries on the back. But let's just get right into it. The first series that I have is the Parable series by the incomparable Octavia Butler. This one I really wanted to have in my collection right now because so many people have discussed this, saying that it is prophetic with our current times, and that's a little scary, but you all know that I've been talking about how we're going to read books from now to November that are relevant to our current state and politics in our democracy. So definitely had to pick this one up. Let's get into what it's about. So, Parable of the Sower is the first book in the series. It says, America is a place of chaos where violence rules and only the rich and powerful are safe. Lauren Olamina, a young woman with the extraordinary power to feel the pain of others as her own, records everything she sees of this broken world in her journal. Then, one terrible night, everything alters beyond recognition, and Lauren must make her voice heard for the sake of those she loves. Soon, her vision becomes reality, and her dreams of a better way to live gain the power to change humanity forever. And so, I just want to read this from Gloria Steinem on the back. It says, if there is one thing scarier than a dystopian novel about the future, it's one written in the past that has already begun to come true. This is what makes Parable of the Sower even more impressive than it was when first published. Everyone says that. They're like, was she a prophet, a truthsayer, a visionary? We will see, but this will be read on the channel sooner rather than later, so look out for it. I was able to get these two series of Octavia Butler together for a really good deal, so I'll link that below for you all. But the second series I have is the Lilith's Blood series. And here are the covers. They're so beautiful. They are so beautiful. But let's get into what they're about. So the first book in the series is Dawn, and here's what it says. When Lilith Iapo wakes in a small white room with no doors or windows, she remembers a devastating war and a husband and child long lost to her. She finds herself living among the Onkali, a strange race who intervened in the fate of humanity hundreds of years before. They spared those they could from the ruined earth and suspended them in a long, deep sleep. Over centuries, the Onkali learned from the past, cured disease, and healed the world. Now they want Lilith to lead her people back home. But salvation comes at a price. To restore humanity, it must be changed forever. Listen, timely. Octavia Butler hitting with timeliness. So we'll see what this entire series is about, but I'm excited to have it and excited to get to read it soon. All right, so you all will see a lot of different books here, but the next one is an author who I purchased a few of their books recently. I'll share the others in a subsequent video, but the one I want to talk about today is Freshwater by Akwaeke Emezi. Y'all know I've been a Akwaeke Emezi fan since reading You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, and I've purchased a few of their books recently, but this one I'm really excited to get to and have because it's the one I've heard the most about from them. So let's see what it's about. Ada has always been unusual. As an infant in southern Nigeria, she is a source of deep concern to her family. Her parents successfully prayed her into existence, but something must have gone awry as the young Ada becomes a troubled child, prone to violent fits of anger and grief. But Ada turns out to be more than just volatile. Born with one foot on the other side, she begins to develop separate selves. When Ada travels to America for college, a traumatic event crystallizes the selves into something more powerful. As Ada fades into the background of her own mind and these altars, now protective, now hedonistic, move into control. Ada's life spirals into a dangerous direction. Written with stylistic brilliance and based in the author's realities, this raw and extraordinary debut explores the metaphysics of identity and being, plunging the reader into the mysteries of self. Unsettling, heart-wrenching, dark, and powerful, Freshwater dazzles with ferocious energy and serpentine grace, heralding the arrival of a fierce new literary voice. That description of Mezzy has turned out to be so true. So looking forward to reading this soon. Next up, I recently discussed this in my July TBR that I had so many new books from this author. I'm so excited to get into this series, and that is the Kennedy Ryan series, When You Are Mine. I ordered all of them because this is what I knew. I know that I love Kennedy Ryan, and at the time I just knew. I was like, I'm going to love this series. I just know I am, so might as well get them all rather than getting one now, getting pissed off. And then also I got 2 of these on the book outlet. They were having a sale, so I got them for really cheap, and the other 2 I found for good deals on Amazon, so there was no reason not to get them all. Let's find out what the first one is about. Karis Morton knows how to make things work. Bounced from foster home to foster home as a child, she adapted. And when opportunity arose, she thrived. Now, about to open her own business and accept a marriage proposal, Karis is ready to build the life she's always wanted. The only thing missing, a passionate connection with her would-be fiancé, Cam. Karis wants to believe that sparks are overrated until Walsh Bennett lights her up like the 4th of July. As one of the East Coast's most eligible bachelors, Walsh enjoys financial independence, fulfilling work with his family's nonprofit, and plenty of female attention. But lately he's been distracted by the woman he can't have. Lovely to look at and even sweeter to know, Karis is the soulmate Walsh never thought he would find. The problem is, his best friend found her first. Oh, what a story. Oh, I want to read this. I cannot wait. Listen, you know that saying, it's like, oh, I wish I would have met your friend first. This is giving that, and I cannot wait to read it. All right, next up we have what you all will see as a stunning cover, and that is How Long Till Black Future Month by N.K. Jemisin. You all know her. Listen, just look at this. Look at it. How beautiful. And the question that's being asked, how important? So here is the description. N.K. Jemisin is one of the most powerful and acclaimed speculative fiction writers of our time. In the first collection of her short fiction, which includes several never-before-seen stories, Jemisin equally challenges and delights with narratives of destruction, rebirth, and redemption. Dragons and hateful spirits haunt the flooded streets of New Orleans in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. In a parallel universe, a utopian society watches our world, trying to learn from our mistakes. A black mother in the Jim Crow South must save her daughter from a fae offering impossible promises. And in the Hugo Award-nominated short story, The City Born Great, a young street kid fights to give birth to an old metropolis's soul. Listen, I reviewed one N.K. Jemisin book here on the channel. I want to finish that series, but I really love this cover. I'm excited to read a short story series from N.K. Jemisin. So you all will see this on the channel probably pretty soon. All right, this next book we have also has a stunning cover. Apparently, this is the stunning cover edition of the books that I recently bought. But it is Take My Hand by Dolin Perkins Valdez. And again, another cover that I just think is beautiful and stunning. I also love the colors that are like layered on top of each other and the way they contrast and flow. I think is beautiful. I've seen this one around a lot, and this is another book I got from the book outlet from the really good deal, so check it out. But here's what it's about. Montgomery, Alabama, 1973. Fresh out of nursing school, Sybil Townsend intends to make a difference, especially in her African American community. At the Montgomery Family Planning Clinic, she hopes to help women shape their destinies, to make their own choices for their lives and bodies. But when her first week on the job takes her along a dusty country road to a worn-down one-room cabin, Sybil is shocked to learn that her new patients, Erica and India, are children, just 11 and 13 years old. Neither of the Williams sisters has even kissed a boy, but they are poor and black, and for those handling the family's welfare benefits, that's reason enough to have the girls on birth control. As Sybil grapples with her role, she takes India, Erica, and their family into her heart, until one day she arrives at their door to learn the unthinkable has happened, and nothing will ever be the same for any of them. Decades later, with her daughter grown and a long career in her wake, Dr. Sybil Townsend is ready to retire, to find her peace, and to leave the past behind. But there are people and stories that refuse to be forgotten, that must not be forgotten. Because history repeats what we don't remember. Inspired by true events and brimming with hope, Take My Hand is a stirring exploration of accountability and redemption. I remember reading this description and really, really liking it. So I'm excited to read this soon as well. Those are the books. Well, those are some of the books. I have more books, but I didn't want to overwhelm y'all in one video. So those are some of the books that I've recently purchased. I will share more books on the channel eventually. I'm trying to slow down on shopping for books. Working on it. But those are the books. Have y'all read any? Let me know. Which of them are you most looking forward to hearing about? Which of them have you read? Which of them do you want to read? Let me know down below. And until the next one, as always, I am MsMalcolmHughes, one who believes that books are sometimes better than people. Please remember to give time, to be kind to yourself and each other, and to have the very best day of your life on purpose. Peace. Odabo. Adios. Ciao.